So the goal is to eventually trade up to the Ferrari F430. It's always been my dream. It's always been something that I've wanted. What's up guys, DIY Salvage Guy here, and on this channel, we just learn as we go. Today's episode is gonna be a little bit different. I'm doing a collaboration video with Blue Line Garage, also known as Dave. So what we're gonna be doing is answering some basically interview questions, getting to know him, getting to know me. So make sure you guys check him out as well. Link will be down below. Blue Line Garage, great guy, great help to me, and a really good friend in this industry and this community. We're gonna be doing a little bit of Q&A for both of us. So let me know what you guys think. Anything that you guys want to know, we'll do a Q&A. I'll answer in the comments. Make sure you guys subscribe, turn on those post notifications, ring that bell, follow me on all the socials at DIY Salvage Guy. Check him out as well. We are a small community, but we're good people and we stick together. So let's hop into this right now.
Alright guys, so I'm here with Mike from DIY Salvage Guy. It's like a tongue twister for me. But basically, we want to know this guy and what's about him. I'm drawn to his videos, and there's a specific reason for that. Is that, not that he doesn't know what he's doing, is that there's a lot of things that are new to him. And his channel is based off of him learning what to do and how to do it. So he's working on cars, basically learning as he goes, and that's basically what his motto is. So if you want to just tell us a little bit about your channel, and we're gonna probably just get to know each other and ask each other questions.
Absolutely. So the concept of the channel is basically learn as you go. The concept is DIY Salvage Guy. Everything is DIY for the most part, for as much things that I could possibly do myself. There's certain things that you just can't do because you need special machinery. But you guys look on YouTube, or you look at professionals, you look at these shows, and it's like, you know, I could do these sorts of things, but it's tough because they're so much better than me. But the concept of this is to show you guys that I'm an everyday guy. I don't have anything to do with cars outside of doing this. My background's in finance, and it's just something that, as long as you're driven to it and you want to work hard enough for it and you're willing to make the mistakes, it's something that you can definitely do. And it's the average person, the average guy.
Average Joe.
Yep.
That's what it's about.
We learn as we go, we make mistakes as we go, and as long as you're okay with that, you guys can do this as well. That's why I keep all those edits in the videos. You guys see the mistakes that I make, and that's part of the process of it.
Yeah. Let's focus on your camera while we're doing this. We actually got two cameras going right now, so we're gonna be focusing on Mike's camera here. So, what's your goal? What do you want to get out of this?
So the goal is to eventually trade up to the Ferrari F430. It's always been my dream. It's always been something that I've wanted. I had a trip with some friends back in like 2010-ish, and we stayed
Triplets, so they were triplet friends?
Yes, of course. Sammy, don't watch this. So
Sammy, don't watch it. Don't watch it, bro.
We went down to Miami. We stayed at the Fontainebleau, and Fontainebleau during, I think it was
spring break.
It was right before then. It was like the Masquerade Motel. It was one of these, like, it might have been Ultra, one of these big music festivals. So there was all these big people there, and the hotel that we stayed at had like the who's who stays there.
So rich people.
Yeah, to say the least.
Okay, so that's what he meant by big, was rich people.
So we go down there, and I see the Ferrari F430 for the first time in my life, and I'm just like, I've seen pictures of it, but seeing it in person, it's just something else, man. We had Lamborghinis down there. I've seen 4 or 5 Bugatti Veyrons at the time down there, and it's just like, to me, the Ferrari was something that was, obviously it's a Ferrari, but depreciation, and by the time I can get it, it's an affordable sports car to me, and something that I don't think I'd ever be able to do without doing what I'm doing now. So you buy it wrecked, you fix it up, you say that you did it. That's my goal with it, prep. To learn as I go and basically start with the A7, build up from there. Basically, you hear every other story of the guy who had a paperclip and then traded all the way up to other things.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
That's the goal. Right now we're working on the Corvette. Corvette's going to be really fast, but it's not the goal. It's not the end goal, and it's something that hopefully I'll be able to get to. And then at that time, we'll look at something else, and the Ferrari won't be the end all be all. It'll just be the beginning again.
Awesome. And I was gonna ask you what your favorite car was, but apparently you answered that question.
Yeah, growing up, the favorite car, the affordable, the attainable dream
Yeah,
car.
what was the car that you remember growing up? Like, you know, and it's always that hoopty box that, you know, you tore up and hooked up those fog lights, those old school fog lights and everything.
So growing up, my dream car before I found the Ferrari was the Dodge Viper ACR. I always
Okay.
wanted a hardtop convertible. I don't even know if they make them, but in my mind that's what it was. So that was always I wanted it silver with cerulean blue stripes. I had it all planned out. So one day I plan on getting that. Maybe we'll trade this for something like that. But I think my car addiction really started. I was about 17. I had a 2003 Mach 1, and that's where I started tinkering, started wrenching, threw off-road X-pipe on there, catback. The thing was loud as hell, and it had so much power. The Mach 1 engine was just, it was something that it breathed really nice, so the exhaust really helped with it. And it was probably putting down around like 350, 400. But it was something that was just like, that was my baby.
That's nice, nice. I remember I had a 1996 Acura Integra, and it was a hatchback. And I bought it, but just like what we do here, it was a salvage vehicle, and it was stripped. It was a theft strip, so there was no interior at all and no wheels. But it ran. It started up and ran. So basically, I put nice leather seats inside, and I put all those aftermarket parts. I put a body kit on it, and I also had hydraulics on there. I had Lamborghini doors, and it was my favorite car growing up. Yeah, I had straight pipe, nice exhaust on there. I had an H-brace harness underneath the engine. I was snapping engine mounts like every month. I had to keep getting them changed. There was one engine mount. Just the torque that was pulling on there kept snapping the engine mount. And
What were you putting down on that?
I don't know. It's the city of New York. You know, you know, I could only race up to 45 miles an hour before I had to slow down in traffic. So
You got there very quick.
I got there quick. You know, hurry up and wait.
That's the motto of New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
What questions you got for me, man?
how'd you get started? Like, obviously you just mentioned that, but what was your driving factor behind even getting into that?
Well, you know, I was always getting into cars when I was younger. And then I became a cop. If you follow me on my channel, I was a police officer for many years. And I got hit by a car. And I had some PTSD, and it was rough. I was involved in a shooting at work a few months before I got hit. And the only thing that kind of calmed me down was when I went in the garage. And it just started with something small I had to fix on my car, and I could tell such a big difference how I felt, you know, having a wrench in my hand and changing a car part where nothing else mattered. Like, everything that bothered me just disappeared. So I kept doing that, and I was, you know, my mobility wasn't that great, so I was always on the computer, and I kept watching YouTubes because I was having so many surgeries. So I was always in the hospital, and I was always watching my phone, watching YouTube videos, and I started connecting the car rebuilds videos versus how I felt in the garage. And I said, you know what, let me start videotaping my builds, you know. And I specifically I started with a Mini Cooper, and now I got a Jaguar F-Type. I got a classic car. I got two El Caminos. One's a parts car I just picked up. So I do have lots of nice cars on my channel, and I enjoy working on them. And lots of times I enjoy working on them so much I forget to record them. You know, and that's what sucks. But I try and get as much material I can, and hopefully it helps out other you know, veterans, officers out there, people with PTSD, and kind of let them know there's a way that, you know, they can get better. You know, yeah, there's a way out.
So do you remember that one video? Was there one video that you were watching on YouTube that made you be like, you know what, I'm done watching videos, I'm ready to start making them?
You know, I don't even know, because I watch so many people and I still watch them. I just, you know, trying to make my own videos, I actually watch less videos because I'm so busy trying to edit my own videos And you know, I try to catch up on Mike's videos as well, and I'm way behind on his, way behind on others. I don't even have time to even watch my own, you know, trying to get me my minutes.
Yeah.
You know,
It's tough. It's definitely a grind. I know I started doing this after so the dream was always the F430, and once I saw Sam Crack fix that Audi R8, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And he's basically just seeing him get something for super cheap, fixing it himself, and Audi R8's always something that I want as well. But I watched that car, like him rebuild that, and then COVID hit, and I was like, you know what? Now's the time. I don't know what's going to be going on with work. I don't know if I'm going to be having a job. I don't know if I'm going to be, you know, just having extra free time. So went up, picked up the first build, the A7, and just fixed it in the garage of the condo. You guys check that video out, that series. And it's just, it all started from there.
So what type of job do you do now, if you don't mind mentioning?
Yeah, I'm a finance manager. Work for the state of New Jersey, and basically,
dealing with money, I'm assuming, you know, you forge all these nice cars. We got BMWs behind the camera.
Yeah, we got a lot of cars, but it's been a lifelong saving project, and it's something that, you know, it pays the bills right now, and it's something that I don't want to do for the rest of my life. I'm hoping this kind of takes over, and you know, it's nice to be able to come out and work on your cars, stuff that you love. I love starting up these cars and just listening to the engines rumble, and before this video ends, we'll let you guys listen to it. But
get a nice cold start going.
yeah, it's just it's a very tranquil experience for me. And
See, I like looking the before and after of a car. I rebuilt a 2020 Mustang, and the whole front end was annihilated. It was probably one of my worst cars, and I worked on that car about 90%, and the other 10% I had somebody else do some adjustments and stuff like that for me. But I did so much work on that car, and when I look at it, you can't even tell the vehicle was in any type of crash or collision at all.
And that's the end goal of it. You know,
Yeah.
I'm selling the Mustang as we speak right now, and a couple of people are asking me, they're like, well, would I know it's in an accident? And I mean, it's my first real rebuild that I'm selling, and as I get a little bit better, but you know, driving it, looking at it, I'd like to think that no one would be able to tell.
And we're not trying to hide the stuff too. I mean, when I sell my cars that are damaged, I tell them exactly how it was damaged and the repairs I did, because I actually give them all the receipts of everything I changed on the car, because it actually helps you sell it for a better price. So we're not trying to hide this or scam people at all. There's actually a lot of people out there that benefit from having salvage vehicles. There's nothing wrong with the vehicle of it being salvaged. It just means the insurance company didn't want to pay to fix it. And there's other reasons too. It could be owner rejected. You know, they fix the car and the owner says, you know what, to me it's not the same anymore, and rejects it, and it goes into auction. So, you know, you think about those things. You know, these vehicles, if they're unsafe, we're not going to put them back on the road. We're just going to sell them for parts.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the biggest, I think, draws of doing it this way is that, you know, people see rebuilt title and instantly they are thrown away from it. But you get a car like the Mustang, for instance, where it was hit in the back, was pushed up in the front, headlights need to be replaced, both bumpers. It gets to be a little bit pricey, and I know that I got in touch with the previous owner of it, and he rejected it. He didn't want it, and he said it wasn't the same to him anymore, so he just had the insurance company total it out. But the insurance company was willing to do the job, but because they totaled it out, now it has a salvage title. So all the repairs are done correctly, and salvage rebuilt titles come with the stigma that they're destroyed. But through this process, we are about as transparent as can possibly be. Take pictures of the entire thing. Mustang's going to have about 30 videos all said and done, documenting the entire process start to finish. And I think that should help draw people to maybe not rebuilt cars in general, but at least our cars that we are rebuilding, where people know that things weren't done shoddily, where it wasn't done where it's, you know, cutting corners or anything like that. You know, I'm new at this. I don't really claim to be a professional by any means, but you know, you see the quality of the work that I try to put into it, and hopefully it kind of resonates, and I think it is with this Mustang build. So
Yeah, yeah. All right, so let's try and wrap this up because we still got more work to do behind us. We're just, well, I'm taking a smoke break, and we figure we take this time to kind of get to know each other. Not just between us, but also to our viewers to get to know us a little bit more. And you know, remember, don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. That's what helps us out as well. And also watching many videos as you can also puts money in our pocket to get things like this in our garages to work on to get you content. All right. And
Absolutely, guys. I want to thank you guys for being here. I want to thank Dave from Blue Line Garage. Make sure you guys check out his channel. Link will be down below. Make sure you guys like, comment. Let us know what you think about this stuff, about these builds. What do you think about Dave? Would you want to see more collaborations? How we're doing on this stuff? And basically, it helps us a lot. So like, share. We appreciate you guys very, very much. And we'll give you a cold start in a couple seconds on this.
awesome. All right, let's get to it.